And welcome in. All right, this is a really positive message. So if you're feeling like you need some upliftment, stay tuned. We have 3 cards. Judgment. This card is about direction. Obviously, judgment. The judgment card is about being hypercritical, hyper-focused, critical, our own worst critic. There's some confusion with this card, but in the reverse position, let's honor it. Sometimes when these cards show up in the reverse position, it means a couple of different things. One, something is not for you, right? So if this is in reverse, it could be like, no, the answer is no here. This is like you need to let it go, which segues into the next option. In reverse, this could also mean letting go. You've let something go, okay? Or the other option, sorry, my child's over here like jumping, smacking around. The other option is that you're being asked to let something go. So you're being invited to do it, you've already done it, or no, this is not the time. I'll let you guys figure out which of those resonates with you. We have some curiosity around this relationship. And I have to say, when we're healing relationships, curiosity is like the most powerful, not the most powerful, but it's definitely beneficial. It's helpful when both parties are curious, because when we're curious, we want to understand, we want to learn, we want to know why, right? Versus going into it basically prepared to put your foot in somebody's ass because you're going to tell them, right? When you've already decided. So curiosity is a super, super positive energy to kind of have in this mix. And then we have the 10 of Cups, again, in reverse. 10 of Cups, this is a relationship. So I already hashtagged this today in the reel. So this is a relationship. Now, again, looking at the symbolism or the imagery here, this is a full cup. This is like transformation. I put a butterfly in there because this is transition. See the little girl giving back to the adult? So this is inner child, like the little girl, I was gonna say little girl. Whether you're male, female, right, man, woman, your inner child is giving back to the adult ego, the adult persona, right? We might be physically grown, but on the inside, we're all still some kind of variation of a version of our younger selves on a spiritual level, right? The wounded inner child. So this is a healing message. And again, this was in reverse. So as we just said, right? 3 different ways we can interpret this message. This, to me, how I'm feeling it is you've let some kind of trauma go. This is like you're letting go of an old narrative that was no longer serving you. You've outgrown an aspect or part of yourself. You're closing a chapter on a relationship either with yourself or with another person. Now, again, this is not just for females. This is also for males, but there's some kind of parent relationship here. So it's like mother-child. And again, right, I'm almost 50 years old, but I'm still a child to somebody who birthed me, right? I have a mother. And so I suspect any of you that are here, right? Regardless of your age, you are still a child to somebody, right? You're somebody's child, whether you're 50, 60, 80, 20, 15, 13. So somebody here is having there's like parallels kind of playing out, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of different things happening. So you're not just having a relationship with yourself, you're healing a relationship with another person. And as we say on my healing channel, when we heal ourselves, we heal other people. Right? So let's jump into it. That's more or less what the message is here. But just looking at 10 of Cups, 10 of Cups is reflecting about, this is touching on the themes of happiness, joyfulness. This is about, you might have felt disconnected from yourself, or an aspect of yourself, a version of yourself, a part of yourself. Again, however we need to put that into words so that it clicks for you. So in the reverse, this is saying somebody could be feeling disconnected. There's a little bit of fear here. So there's a fear around exploring this ocean, this river, this stream of emotion. This is an emotional journey for somebody, right? Boat, you're on a journey. Somebody here is literally on a journey of self-exploration. And as we said again, the more you dig into self and explore yourself, that ripple, it penetrates this barrier. Somebody here has a barrier or like a boundary, and I feel like that's where the judgment is. And it could be like a mental barrier, it could be a physical barrier, maybe this person's too far away, but I feel like this is a spiritual boundary, an emotional boundary, like a mental boundary, that we are limiting ourselves because we're overwhelmed. There's so many options, and because we can't see the outcome, because we can't see the end line, we can't see the finish line, it's like we're frozen. There's something here about somebody is seeking to have greater balance. Somebody here is seeking to have greater harmony and connection in this relationship. But there's an element of fear here that is still keeping you standing at the edge. You're still standing at the edge here, okay? I hope this is making sense for somebody. So right next to it, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Page of Cups. We're healing a thing here. The 10 and the page, like they go right together in my notes. So we're just going to go right to the next card. So this message is kind of asking us to focus our attention, not if this is you and another person. The message is asking you not to focus so much on the other person, but more to focus inward on yourself and generate clarity within yourself of what it is, you want from this relationship. What do you fucking want? Do you want to have this relationship? And if you do, what changes need to be implemented for this to sustain? If you want this relationship with yourself, what changes need to play out in order for you to be able to show up fully present with clarity in a balanced, loving, and supporting way that nurtures and feeds you? Okay? That's not selfish. That's self-care, friends. That's self-love. Page of Cups in reverse. Or page of Cups. Whatever it is that you need to do to embrace this challenge in your life, there's an undertone here about learning to trust again. So trust is another trigger word that's coming up for this card. There's something here about learning to trust your inner compass, trust your inner knowing, trust your inner voice. And the sea, the water, the water element, because this is Cups, friends. So Cups rule the zodiacs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, which is all about the emotional feels. It's how we feel about a thing, right? The emotional tapping into the heart chakra. So this is symbolizing something being magical. There is definitely I feel like a new beginning. This is by and large a positive message. That's basically the reading. I want to just touch on the 20 here, the Judgment card, just to make sure I haven't missed anything. Again, you're at a crossroads of forgiveness. So, see, this is why we look at the notes. There's something here about if this is a situation between you and another person, you're definitely at a crossroads in this relationship. As we said, if this relationship is going to move in the direction of forward, right, which it will, because change is inevitable, whether it's a day by day change, whether it's like at weeks, or months at a time, as we slowly progress in this relationship, you're being asked to trust yourself, evaluate your thoughts, evaluate your needs, and forgiveness. It's time to reevaluate. This is like a rebirth. Trust that what you feel to be your truth, that is your truth, and allow that to be your compass as it guides you forward into the next part of this journey. That would be the medicine, the suggestions, the takeaway. Again, situation. This is about self-assessment. As we said, this message isn't about thinking about the other person right now. Yes, you want to think about them, right? Good intention, putting intention of the higher and higher out there on the up and up, but also thinking about yourself, forgiving yourself, awakening and realizing that you want so much more for yourself. So there's an awakening aspect, right? You want so much more. You're ascending, you're growing, you're evolving, you're possibly going through an ego death of some version of yourself that's outdated. I'm just thinking of other ways that I can say this for all of you that are here, because we have a lot of different personalities and energies, and we're all in different places on our healing journeys. So when I start articulating and kind of repeating, it's like I'm just trying to think of ways that I can spin this so that I can reach as many of you that you go, yeah, that actually fucking landed. Like, okay, that's all right. Feed me more, right? So that's the situation. And again, if this is a person, it could be somebody here that is trying to learn how to speak while being in the seat of self-awareness. Let's see if I can say that differently. Somebody who's being present and learning how to communicate in the present moment while embodying the newest version of themselves. So in other words, you're not operating from 3 months ago version you. You're operating from the here and now version of yourself, and you're using everything that you have now, your wisdom, your tools, your energy, the alignment that you're in, and that's what you're using to communicate and meet this person, whether again it's a version of your childhood self or an external relationship of yourself. All right, you guys, that is the reading. And this to me feels complete. I don't feel like we need to look at the bottom of the deck. This feels really good. So I hope this has resonated with you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave a comment, or you guys can private message me if that feels more safe. All right, in light and love, I'll see you guys next reel. Have a great day.